Hi everyone. Have you ever been assigned a presentation and immediately felt nervous, even though it was still weeks away? Well, this happens to me all the time. And after reading chapter 13, I finally understand exactly what was happening and why. Chapter 13 discusses public speaking anxiety, also known as stage fright, which is nervousness or fear brought on performing in front of an audience. It's extremely common. A 2022 survey found that 23% of Americans actually list public speaking as one of their biggest fears. Within public speaking anxiety, there's a specific type called anticipatory anxiety, which is the worry you feel when looking ahead to an upcoming speech. According to researchers, this anxiety starts the moment the speech is assigned, decreases slightly as you're preparing for it, then spikes again right before you deliver it. This anxiety affects people in three ways. Psychologically, where you worry and have negative thoughts. Physically, where the fight or flight response kicks in, increases heart rate, breathing, and stress hormones like cholesterol. Behaviorally, where your voice quivers, you avoid eye contact, you fidget, and you use filler words like and huh. Understanding all these three helps you recognize what's happening instead of just feeling overwhelmed. Now to connect this. Let me connect this to something that actually happened to me a few semesters ago. When my professor assigned our first speech, I immediately felt a wave of dread, even though the speech was still weeks away. I kept avoiding preparing for it because it was just making me anxious thinking about it. As the day got closer, my anxiety worsened. The night before, I had a lot of trouble sleeping. The morning of the speech, my heart kept racing before I would go to class. When I stood up to present, my hands were shaking, my face felt expressionless, and I was saying way more than usual. I just wanted to get it over with as fast as possible. At that time, I thought something was wrong with me. But reading over chapter 13 showed me every single thing I experienced had a name and an explanation. The dread I felt when the assignment was announced was the classical anticipatory anxiety, starting long before the event itself. The racing of the heart and the shaky hands were the physical effect on my fight or flight response, my body treating the speech as a threat. The blank expression, filler words, and urge to rush through was the behavioral effect of the stage fright. I have to mention one important point. Trying to completely eliminate anxiety isn't the goal. The key is to manage it. Strategies including visualizations, mentally picturing a successful performance, repeatedly facing the fear so it loses power over time, and simply accepting anxiety as normal and channeling the nervous energy into your performance. Now to transfer this concept. This concept applies far beyond the classroom. Think of job interviews. The moment you schedule one, the same wave of dread kicks in. Even days before, your heart races, your palms sweat, and you overthink everything you might say. This anticipatory anxiety in a different setting. The same strategies apply. Prepare thoroughly so you feel in control. Visualize yourself answering the questions confidently. And accept the nervousness as normal, and it won't prevent you from doing well. This also applies to auditions, athlete competitions, first dates, important conversations, and high-stake situations where you have time to think beforehand. Anticipatory anxiety is a universal human experience. In conclusion, anticipatory anxiety is the worry you feel looking ahead to a high-pressure situation. It affects us psychologically, physically, and behaviorally, but understanding it completely changes how you respond to it. Instead of thinking something is wrong when you feel nervous, you can recognize it as normal. Manage it with the right strategies and perform it confidently when you feel nervous on the inside. That's a skill I'll carry with me along after this class. Thank you.